You ain't seen nothing yet, dun dun. Baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet, dun dun. What's going on? Manchester United 2, Newcastle 0. That was my prediction for yesterday's Carabao Cup final. We've got our hands on some silverware, and it's long overdue. It's been 6 years since we've won anything. I think this is going to bode well for the coming seasons. I think we probably won't win anything else this season, but I expect next year I think we could get at least 2 or 3 different trophies. I'm not getting ahead of myself. I'm just very confident with what Ten Hag is doing and how it's going, and the players are believing, doing their part to help that process along. So I think with more recruitment, with new signings and stuff, and if they back him, it could be a very successful year next year, but we do still have that dark cloud looming over our head with the Glazers, but I'm not going to get into that today because I'm celebrating yesterday. People might be like, it's a Carabao Cup, calm down, you're acting like you won the Champions League, but I don't care. We have to celebrate these moments because who knows, I might be wrong or we might not win any silverware for another 6 years or longer. So I'm going to celebrate yesterday like we should have, because, or like we deserve to, because the players deserve it, the manager deserves it. And even though Newcastle put up for a good fight for parts of that game, I was confident going into it. I predicted 2-0, a lot of people did, and it was 2-0. And we deserved it. I think maybe we didn't play our best, but we were clinical when it mattered, and that's how you win games, even when you're not at your top form. So, delighted, but it's what I expected. But we are champions now. We can say that we've won something in recent years. And I think Newcastle, I know they're heartbroken right now, and I loved playing them in the final. I prefer to play them before the likes of Liverpool or City, and that's not disrespect to Newcastle. I'm not saying they're a lesser team, but they're going to get stronger and stronger, especially with all the money they have now going forward. And I don't dislike Newcastle, and I don't dislike Eddie Howe. I think they've all done a fantastic job this season, and I think they will win something next year. But I think we will too. But I think that they will get stronger and stronger. You could see how much it meant to them yesterday and how gutted they were at the end. But if they weren't like that and they were just like happy to be there, that would be more of a concern to me, because when you're upset and you can see like the disappointment and how gutted people are, that shows that they care and that they want to get better and learn from the mistakes and the losses to turn that around. And I think it was a fantastic day yesterday in terms of people that went to Wembley and just the day itself and the occasion. And it made it feel like a old school FA Cup final, even though it was a different competition. And I think that's important for English football alone anyway. So yeah, I think it was a brilliant day yesterday. Good build up. Thought it was a good battle and a good tester for us and for Newcastle. As I said, I think they'll be getting stronger from this and get better next season. And they're doing fantastically well this year already anyway. So I think it's good for all parties concerned. Ten Hag, it just makes me love him even more. And after the game, I saw him on pitch side. I think it was with Anthony, and it was either Casemiro or Martinez. He was dancing with them on the pitch, and you got to see a different side to Ten Hag. I haven't seen that side to him before. Maybe he did it when he was at Ajax, but I didn't watch him then. But I thought it was good in that sense yesterday as well, to see a different side to Ten Hag, smiling, joking, dancing. And then he even was smiling his face off when they were uplifting the cup, and rightly so. But I thought it was brilliant to see, because I think so far from Ten Hag, as much as we love him, he does seem a bit robotic at times and just very serious, which I love, because it reminds me a bit of Ferguson. But it was nice to see that other side of him yesterday as well, like more relaxed and knowing that the job was done in terms of that final and we got over the line. So yeah, a brilliant day yesterday. We can now say that we've won some silverware under Ten Hag in a short space of time since he's took over. And I think we're only going to get stronger and better. And it gives me a lot of confidence going into next season's Premier League campaign, let alone being in the Champions League and stuff. I know we still got to earn that right, but I think we will. And I think we're already ahead of time with that. So yeah, delighted. As for my player ratings, David De Gea a 6. I don't think he had a ton to do in the game. There was a few moments he had to make some crucial saves, but he did. Not the most in demand for him yesterday, but that's what you want for your goalkeeper. So 6 for De Gea. Delo, I was disappointed with yesterday. I thought he got beat down his side a lot. It's not easy marking St. Maximin though, but I think he got beat pretty much every time. And I think going forward he didn't really offer a lot. So a bit underperforming from Delo yesterday with a 4. Varane, 7. I thought he was a rock, faultless at the back. Martinez, the same, 7. And obviously you get the quality of the ball playing on the ball with him. Put his head in and got a cut on his head at one point, throwing his body on the line. Delighted with that. It was against Shah, wasn't it? Martinez and Shah, they clattered each other in the box. But the braveness of Martinez for that. So 7 for him. Shaw, I'd give him a 6. I thought defensively he was pretty good. Obviously got an assist for Casemiro's header with a brilliant delivery. Maybe could have attacked a little bit more in terms of open play, but I still think he was very good and defensively very sure. Excuse the pun. 6 for sure. Fred, 4. Thought he was a bit underwhelming. I thought he got ran through in the midfield quite a lot. Wasn't great on the ball, and I don't think he offered a lot in terms of creativity, but his energy was good. 4. Casemiro, 6. I did have him for a 7 at one point, but I bumped it down slightly because I think as the game went on into the second half, he wasn't involved as much, and I think first half he was a lot better than he was in the second half. But he got a great goal with a good header, and you could see that what it meant to him and the passion from his goal and getting that, because he had to wait for the VAR to make their decision as well. And then you saw what it meant to him afterwards. So, yeah, brilliant. And he definitely was probably, not for me, but he weren't far off man of the match contention. But a 6 for Casemiro. Bruno, 4. I thought he was underwhelming yesterday. Struggled to get involved a lot. I don't think he was great on the ball. His energy was good, but just a bit off it, I thought. 4. Anthony, 4. He had about 3 or 4 shots where he tried to curl it back to the back post past the keeper, but he just hit it at the keeper every time. So the idea was there, but the execution wasn't. I thought he worked hard and tracked back quite a lot, but on the ball attacking-wise, I thought he was a bit wasteful and a bit underwhelming. 4 for Anthony. Rashford, 5. Probably should have had that goal, but it got credited to as an own goal, I think, to, was it Botman? Yeah, I think they credit it as an own goal, but did well to make it happen, and he hit the shot that got deflected over Karius. So I thought it was a bit quiet for Rashford yesterday, but I don't think he looked fully fit. I think he is carrying some knocks and stuff. So, and he got a goal again, even though it didn't get credited to him. It probably and easily could have. So I give him an average yesterday, Rashford. Weghorst was probably the best game I've seen him have in a United shirt. I thought his energy was good. He did some good moves to start, moves off. I thought his link-up play was better than I've seen it. And he had a few chances himself that he probably should have scored. But I thought overall, best performance I've seen from him. And he was that physical presence we needed at times. So 6 for Weghorst. And then the subs, we had Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Sabitzer, McTominay. I give Sabitzer a 6 when he came on. I thought he made a crucial tackle at one point to start and move off for us and get us out of danger. Sliding tackle, and it started to move off well. I'd give him a 6. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I thought was tremendous when he came on. If he'd have played the whole game, he probably would, like he played when he came on, he probably would have been my man of the match. I think he was flawless. And McTominay, probably an average. I know Maguire came on at the end, actually. I just remember that. Probably an average for Maguire. Subs, nothing great, but a few of them above average. And Ten Hag himself, I'd give him a 7. Could get my man of the match, but because I like to do it on players, player-wise, man of the match for me, as I said, Aaron Wan-Bissaka's unlucky not to get it, but I can't give it to him over Varane or Martinez because they both played 90 minutes, whereas Aaron Wan-Bissaka pretty much just did a second half. So I would give my man of the match probably to Martinez, but not by a lot, because I think Varane was brilliant as well. But Martinez for me, and then Ten Hag a 7 as well for tactically set up, pick the right team, pick the team that I picked in my preview, and it shows. It shows in the result. We've got our hands on silverware. We can call ourselves champions, and I know it's not the biggest cup, but we can only go up from here and build on and win bigger cups, like the league title, like maybe a Champions League. There's a lot of work to do still, but I think this is a sure sign of the future is bright, but it also hugely and largely depends on what happens with the Glazers too. So that's my thoughts, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you celebrated well yesterday. And hopefully not too many of you got hangovers today, but I would imagine that that's not the case. Appreciate everyone's support. Tomorrow, I'm going to be dropping Saka versus Rafinha for my next player versus player. So tune into that tomorrow, guys. Appreciate everyone that's supporting. Leave a like on the video. It helps the channel grow. And I'll see you guys soon.